Hi everyone, Miranda here, and I just wanted to pop on and make a real quick video. So, from my numerous cook with me's, I've had quite a few people ask, how do you make your beans? And honestly, guys, it's pretty like common sense. Um, I even actually looked into it because I want to see if people made their beans like differently than I do. And so I actually watched a bunch of like other YouTube videos and stuff just to kind of see how people made their beans, and they make them literally the exact same way that I do. And it is super easy, you guys. Right here, I have about a pound and a half of pinto beans. I had like a 2-pound bag, so I use about like a little more than half of the bag. So it's about a pound and a half here. I went through them, made sure there's like no rocks or anything in them. Some people soak their beans overnight. I don't. So again, this is about a pound and a half of beans. You can use any kind that you want. Like I said, this is just pinto, but I use the same exact recipe for any kind of beans that I make. And literally all that I'm going to add to this is a half onion that I actually cut in half as well, and like two cloves of garlic here, and that's it, you guys. That's all I'm adding to my beans. I did recently learn, I used to cook, like I used to add the salt in at this point. But I recently learned from a video that you should actually wait until the end once the beans are done to add the salt, because I guess adding the salt right now kind of makes a slower cooking process. So now I don't add salt until the end once the beans are done. And so what I do here is I'm just gonna fill this with water. So you can see like these little like parts to the handle, like the little bolts to the handle. I usually fill my water up to here, and then I just, set it like on a medium heat. Alright, so I've added the water to my pot, and as I said, it's kind of hard to tell, but if you can see, it's pretty much almost to, underneath the little bolts here. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That's all I add to my beans. Some beans, it kind of varies on like the cooking times. This could take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. I've had it take as long as like 4 hours. It all just kind of depends sometimes on the beans. But so it's just gonna stay like this, and literally my stove, like the highest is what, like 10. I always put it on a 5. So I'm going to just go ahead and set it on 5, and it'll probably be ready within 2 to 3 hours. You'll know when it's ready because the beans will start to kind of like peel apart, and at that point, they should be pretty much done cooking, and then you can go ahead and add salt to your liking. This is all that I add, you guys. I don't do anything else to my beans, and then I just cover it, and I always make sure that I put the my fan on, just because it lets out a lot of steam. So I don't want it to like make the walls all like steamy and stuff like that. So that's all there is to it, you guys. Like I said, at this point I'm just gonna let it boil. You definitely do though want to make sure you're checking up on the water, because the beans, they do absorb the water. So if you start to see like the level of the water go down quite a bit, I would add in more water. I always try to keep it so that it is like fully, like the beans are fully covered. Don't let the water level go like beneath the beans. Make sure it's always, at least like how I have mine. So you definitely want to be checking on the water constantly, and give it a good stir every now and then, just so that the beans like don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Otherwise, that's it, you guys. That's how simple it is to make beans. Nothing to it. Super, super easy. I just decided to make beans because I'm going to try a new recipe, you guys. It's kind of like a bean and tortilla soup with like cheese and sour cream. So and it's actually like blended beans. So I'm hopefully going to do a cook with me on it, you guys, as I know I haven't done one in a while. I've just kind of been trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do for a cook with me, and this is like the one thing that came to mind until I actually go like grocery shopping next week. So I am going to hopefully get that video recorded tonight, so we will see how my soup turns out. And then, I mean, this will be enough for my soup, and then also like extra for like, you know, an additional meal or side dish, whatever the case may be. Anyways, you guys, that's how I make my beans. Like I said, I'm just going to let this boil. I'm going to be checking up on the water, stirring it occasionally, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.